God.
Lomachenko
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. He leaking. What he hit him with?
What a brutal shot.
Oh, shit.
Anthony, I love you. You watch the tape. You watch the tape.
Oh, wow. I hope Timothy Bradley got what he asked for.
Jack Reese hovering over him with the bow tie camera right in his face.
I know.
The concern for the health and safety of Anthony Crolla as Lomachenko just destroyed him with a right hook. Absolutely annihilated him.
Hold up.
This is going to be about as fascinating of an 8 days of ESPN boxing as we've seen, because that is now in the books as his claim as to why he is the pound-for-pound best.
To be
and then next
right
Saturday
back
at Madison Square Garden, Terrence Bud Crawford will have his say in a far more competitive fight, going up against former champion Amir Khan in a mega pay-per-view
Will it
at
be
MSG.
far more competitive?
Look at Crolla. He is still wobbly getting up.
Wow.
Crolla just got his shit pushed in.
4 rounds against Lomachenko at full health with the fully healed right shoulder looks like. My, oh my, the damage done to Anthony Crolla.
That just shows you that.
You got to see that weird knockdown. Get him to the hospital.
The way Crolla fell to the floor after getting hit with the right hook. There's no better indication that the right hook is healthy.
I don't like the way that punch landed.
It's clear to see that the right hook is back clicking, back working.
Yeah.
We didn't see that kind of hook in the Pedraza fight.
Right.
He literally fell dead weight like a sack of potatoes. I'm TstreeT Controversy. This is TstreeT Controversy Live. It is 12:39 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, April the 13th, 2019. Lomachenko via 4th round stoppage. That was round 4, right? 4th round knockout. And in the 3rd round, the very end of the 3rd round, there was some controversy because, I wish I could show y'all. Unfortunately, you got to go to the Top Rank Twitter page to see the knockdown. Like, even though they give the content out for free, they don't like me showing, like little brief highlights, even though technically I'm kind of legally allowed to. Not even kind of. But in this case, I hope Crolla's all right. But the biggest question now is, wow. Okay, that was like the top of the head. Like, oh my God, ass all in the air. And the way his neck went, like, oh, damn. And it was kind of like Pac a little bit reverse Pacquiao. Jesus. Anyway, moving on. Let's wait for the post-fight interview and let's talk about the fight. Lomachenko, see, here's the thing. In my personal opinion, I hold being undisputed in a very, very high regard. So, when it comes to pound for pound, nobody seems to mention Alexander Usyk too much in the top 5. I want to see what they're saying.
Emergency attention. Go to the hospital, get his brain checked. Because that was a serious punch by Lomachenko. He is still out right now.
Yeah,
right
get him to the
now,
hospital.
he's the #1 pound-for-pound fighter in the world, according to ESPN.com, and he just acted like it. Let's make it official with Jimmy.
That Lomachenko robe, though, my God.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the time of 58 seconds in round number 4. He is the winner by way of knockout and still the unified WBO and WBA lightweight champion of the world, Vasiliy Lomachenko.
Y'all got to go see round 1, though.
Absolutely
like the filling out process.
As good a knockout punch as you will see. Look at this crowd who has come out
10,000 plus.
Lomachenko. And did he
Golovkin's
ever deliver?
there.
This is how he
Faces there.
put
They showed
away
him
the #1 contender. That southpaw right hook, the velocity, the speed, generating pure power, and having his opponent go face first into the canvas, unable to continue on.
Oh,
that's it. When we say turning it over, being parallel to the floor and making pure contact. The look
I'm going to pause and we'll be right back.
Christina
so you can listen to the
oh,
wait, she already with Loma. Let's listen in.
Vasiliy, you told us in the last fight that your right shoulder wasn't 100%. Tonight, a one-punch knockout with that right shoulder. I guess it's feeling pretty good, isn't it?
Yes, I want to say thank you very much, my doctor, Alatrash, who make me my shoulder.
I like his English
and now
accent.
I can come back 100%. Thank you very much.
It's like it's smug.
And of course, thank you for all people. Thank you for all fans who came to Staples Center support this beautiful boxing. Thank you.
Vasiliy, you talked about wanting historic fights, title fights. With that being said, what's the fight that you want next?
I don't know. I wanna fight with Mikey Garcia, but we'll see. I don't know.
It ain't happening.
Unifying titles at this point is what's most important to you, staying at 135?
Yeah, of course. I stay 135. Longer as it's possible. And I want unificate for all titles. Sorry, my English is not good. Sorry.
You're doing a great job. Congratulations on a spectacular knockout tonight.
Thank you.
Spectacular indeed. Throw out all the adjectives you can think up.
So let's talk about the 135-pound division. He's not going to get Mikey Garcia, unfortunately. It's crazy because Mikey Garcia won Errol Spence, and he got Errol Spence, even though people like it's not going to happen, but they were under the same promotional banner, for the most part, BBC. Let me go back and rewind a little bit. Poor Anthony Crolla. I mean, I kind of figured that. I didn't think he was going to quit because, you know, he didn't want to go out like that. But in no way in hell did I think he was going to get brutally knocked out like that. I thought it was going to be like a stoppage kind of on the ropes, but not to go out the way he did. Like, that shit was ugly, man. That shit was ugly. And Loma is getting better. It's unfortunate that, you know, what happened to him very early in his career with the Orlando Salido fight. But, you know, it was the right time. You know, he needed that humbling. You know, of a fighter like him, he needed to lose a fight like that for him to be, you know, for him to learn from it, to be where he is today. You know, how the saying goes, how's the saying go? About the road not traveled or some shit. Basically, he needed that experience. 135 pounds. You got Richie Commey, which is the likely next fight. Pretty likely, like 90% is going to be Lomachenko versus Richie Commey for the WBA, IBF, and WBO titles. You have Teofimo Lopez, who is creeping up on a title shot. And he could get Lomachenko depending on what depending on what Top Rank wants to do. Mikey Garcia is still the WBC 135-pound champion, but he's not going to fight. He's not going to fight Lomachenko. He doesn't want anything to do with Top Rank at all. And can he still make 135? We could see Luke Campbell versus Anthony Crolla. We could see Luke Campbell versus Devin Haney for the WBC interim or the WBC title if Mikey Garcia vacates, because the pressure is going to be on him if he decides to stay at 135 to either A, fight Luke Campbell, his mandatory, or fight Lomachenko. Those are his options at 135. You know, anything else is uncivilized. They can't allow him to keep holding on to that belt. You know, when like he dropped the IBF belt, so basically he's showing, you know, that he wants to try to maneuver and shit. Because remember, he was supposed to fight Richie Commey, but the IBF was like, nah, you can't fight Errol Spence. We want you to fight Richie Commey. And he knew he had to drop that belt, but holding on to that WBC belt is, you know, like it's a political move. And it's a shame that Loma gets so much shit, you know, for what he's doing. And truth be told, he really don't get a lot of shit. He only get a lot of, like, shit from, like, certain groups of people, you know, who try to push narratives, you know, on for whatever reasons. Tank Davis is not going to fight Lomachenko. It's not Tank Davis' fault. Tank Davis, I believe, would have fight Lomachenko. I don't believe fighters are scared of fighters. I believe that fighters are worried about money and they want to make sure, you know, they get the most money. But in Tank Davis's case, he don't come across. You may not like him on social media in a way, all that shit, but he don't come across. Like, he comes across with the same attitude as Adrian Broner in regards to he not scared. He will fight anybody. You know, but his handlers from Floyd Mayweather to Mayweather Promotions, all and even Al Heyman, they don't want him, you know, to fight Loma. You know, they don't want it. You know, they don't want it to happen. You know, it's the logistics behind it alone, you know, they don't want, you know. And Loma, as you can see, at 135, he looks like big but small, like a big, small 135. Like his body just don't seem right at that weight. Like, and I can't imagine him at 140. Maybe he'll test the waters one day, like a 138 or some shit, maybe a catch weight. Maybe he'll go to 140 for the right fight. But I think that's too far. Miguel Berchelt, Francisco Vargas, they both had their 30-day weigh-in. They both weighed in at Miguel Berchelt was about 141, something like that. Lomachenko comes into the ring at about 138. Berchelt, if he wins, depending on what happens, with this Francisco Vargas, he could move up and be a potential future Lomachenko opponent. So basically, future Lomachenko opponents could be, likely Richard Commey next. You do have Miguel Berchelt, and then you have Teofimo Lopez, who's in the mix. And Teofimo Lopez could get his shot via WBO mandatory sometime next year, if not later this year, likely sometime next year on pay-per-view, because he's fighting Edis Tatley on an undercard of Crawford Khan next week. And as you can see, Tatley is ranked number 2 by the WBO. And then Marcelo Yesta. I got to look up this guy. I know I've seen him fight before somewhere. I've seen these guys before. But let's expect for Lomachenko to be back. Let's see. It's mid-April. You might as well say, let's see, August, him and Commey, because they're probably going to want to have him back around the end of the year. When did he fight last before then? I forgot. When was Pedraza? December. So he's fighting in April. They can do Commey if they want to, late July. Would they do that? August. So they can fit him in for December, get him, 3 fights in like that, 12-month period. So let's say he fights Commey next. And then in December or so, he fights like a Berchelt, something like that. Or who am I missing? Am I missing some names? Or depending on what happens with Luke Campbell and Devin Haney. So far, Top Rank and Hearn have a pretty good relationship. And when it comes to the zone, it's they can do some business. So, what if Luke Campbell or Devin Haney, what happens with one of them? I would love to see Devin Haney versus Lomachenko for undisputed. What? Anyway, I'm TstreeT Controversy. This is TstreeT Controversy Live. Shout out to ESPN Plus. It's only $5. Especially, it's going to be even more of a bigger bargain when Disney Plus comes out, along with the rumored Disney Plus Hulu and ESPN Plus package. That's going to be crazy. If you don't know what Disney Plus is, I'm going to do a video that's going to be kind of dumbing it down for you guys very soon. And I did notice how they had like a lot of filler content, before the main event to try to get the subscribers up. Somebody mentioned that on Ralph had mentioned that on Twitter. Which makes sense. So before the main event's on ESPN Plus, expect to see like a lot of filler. And then for them to release the notification on your phone, on your social media, or your smart tablets or whatever, that, Loma Crolla's live or whatever main event. They want to get those subs up, I'm TstreeT Controversy. This is TstreeT Controversy Live. Please subscribe.